not talking unless y'all giving me land and 2,000 or more every week. You hear me?
And I'm not talking unless y'all can subscribe and liking or commenting every video. You hear me? Hey, babe. It's JamiThatsMe here. Welcome back. Listen, we about to get into some things, but I might make that a piece of my intro, honey. Just a little piece, okay? I feel like I need to create me like a cute little intro or whatever like that and put a little bit of Oija in there, okay? Give y'all a little piece of little Oija spirit. Not a whole lot of the spirit, but just a little piece, okay? Because I'm not talking, okay? Unless y'all giving me likes and subscribing and commenting every video. Hello? So, anywho, child. Miss Elijah been over there cutting up with the people over there in Pakistan. She done moved her ass over there to damn Dubai. And somebody said they haven't heard from her. I don't know, but I better see a video up from her today over there talking her shit. Just a little piece, but she got to be real careful when you over there in Dubai. Because Dubai, they don't play. Okay, over there they do not play with the people. Okay, you got to be real careful. Okay, and for the people that's questioning, like, well, who the hell is this Oija lady? Okay, I'm gonna give y'all just a little taste. Okay, let me give y'all a little piece here. Okay, so this woman here, from my understanding, okay, her name is Miss Oija Robinson. Okay, now just a little piece that I know about Miss Robinson. Miss Robinson is about 33, something like that. She like 33, 34, somewhere up in the early ages, okay, of the 30s, okay, is where Miss Oija lands. And she met some little boy overseas. Okay, now I'm hearing it's a teenager. But I guess we would classify him as an adult here, but still like a teenager, like 19, somewhere up in that age, okay? But the way people talk, they're talking, I've been seeing people talk online, and it seems like the person's much older than what they say. I don't know. But anywho, girl, she was supposed to go over there and meet some boy, some man, in between, a young adult, whatever, to marry them. But when she got her ass over there, he kind of like rejected her, like, girl, Okay, and the family was not approving of the marriage, and he pretty much ghosted her ass, okay? Good. What kind of stuff you got going on? They saying that Miss Oija got kids too, that she done left back here in America so she can go take her ass over there to Pakistan to meet some boy or whatever it was she was trying to meet out there, and got ghosted, ended up getting stranded, and started making demands and orders. Okay, they start asking her questions and stuff, ask her what her husband is, who her husband is, ask her all kind of stuff. She said, listen, I'm not talking. Okay, what Miss Oija said.
Not talking unless y'all giving me land and 2,000 or more every week. You hear me?
Okay. Not only that, but Miss Ma'am was walking around making demands about what need to be taken care of. Okay, as far as the streets, neighborhoods, whatever it was. She just said whatever the hell she wanted to say, and she definitely garnered like an audience or whatever overseas in Pakistan. And when I tell you the people were very delicate with her, when they could have just like arrested her and did whatever they wanted to do to her, they respected who she was as an American black woman, and they were very to me kind hearted. And then she done took her ass over there to Dubai, talk about she gonna burn somebody's face with a cigarette or whatever. And I said, ma'am, listen, you going too far. Now there are some things that you cannot do in all parts overseas, okay? You cannot do over there in Dubai what you was over there doing and pulling in Pakistan. Hello? So Miss Ma'am done definitely got her audience or whatever after getting ghosted when she was supposed to be getting married, leaving the kids behind, whatever the case is, honey. And she then became famous. People saying that she deserves to have a reality show. And when I say, it's just crazy. Like, I mean, I probably would tune in for a little piece. I'm not even gonna hold you. I honestly don't know if this is this lady's real personality, if this woman is acting, or if she might have a personality disorder or something. I'm not necessarily sure, but it is a piece of kiki, the way that you could just take your ass from America and just fly over to somebody else's country and just make demands, and nobody does anything to you, and they just like, okay, yeah, okay, so how can we help you? Okay, I think she was requesting that people send her thousands of dollars so she could fly back to New York. Was supposed to be on her way back to New York, but took her ass to Dubai. Girl, it is, just look up Miss Oija. Okay, Oija Andrew Robinson. Okay, check her out. And good, this lady is funny, honey. Do you hear me? And I'm not talking Period. Unless you giving me likes and subscribing and commenting. All right. Period. On every video. You hear me? Period. Okay. Hey, bitch. All right. So I just had to talk about her real quick. Now, I actually wasn't planning on talking about her a whole lot. I was really just going to use her voice. But then I realized, a lot of you guys don't know who the hell she is. So I had to give y'all a little piece. Okay, just a little taste. All right, so we got into that. But now I want us to go ahead and get into more things that's going on out here, more drama, shall I say. And the first set of people I want to talk about is Deion Sanders' daughter, Miss Deiondra Sanders. You guys know she's in a relationship with singer Jacquees, and they have had a very interesting relationship since they've gotten together. Previously, before dating her, he was dating rapper Dreezy. Okay, love me some Dreezy, a very great rapper, and I just feel like that's a whole nother conversation because I'm like, why hasn't I'm sorry, I was going to say Jeezy. I'm sorry. Why hasn't Dreezy gotten more shine? Okay, when it comes to her rapping and things. But anywho, honey, I feel like she's not a part of the conversation as much, but we'll just okay, whatever. So anywho, ma'am. All right. So he was dating her at one point, crazy about her. You could tell. Okay. He breaks up with her, or she breaks up, whatever it was. Their relationship ends. At some point, he goes on to get in a relationship with Miss Deiondra Sanders. And yes, this is Deion Sanders' daughter. So they've been in a relationship for some time. Last year, there was some conflict between Dreezy and her and Jacquees. And what we learned is that Jacquees was actually over there pillow talking with his ex Dreezy about his new chick. And I honestly believe that's how we learned about the young lady being pregnant. I believe Dreezy may have spilled that tea. Don't quote me because I can't fully recall how everything played out, but I know there was some things that were happening on social media between the three. Okay. Dreezy is not pictured here. We're gonna get to that. That's Dej Loaf that you guys are seeing. And she's also a rapper. So prior to Dreezy, though, he did do like I don't know if it was like a mixtape. I'll say a project. He did a project with Dej Loaf. They did that together. I don't think they ever dated or anything like that. She's been rumored to date Dirk, and then also they said that she dated women and stuff. So I don't think that those two ever dated, but they definitely worked together on a project. Okay. He dated Dreezy. From Dreezy, he went on to date Deiondra, who he now has a child with. And from my understanding, they were engaged, which was crazy to me because shortly after certain things were exposed about their relationship or about Deiondra that we learned from Dreezy, he went on to propose to her, the baby mama. Some part of me is like, I mean, that's your kid's mom. You should propose to her if that's truly what it is that you want. But at the same time, I feel like he proposed to her as a way to distract and deflect from all of the drama he just recently caused while she was pregnant. Like, oh, I've still been in communication with my ex and stuff. I've still been trying to link up with her and do this and do that and all this other stuff. And I'm sorry that she came to the internet and blasted what all we had going on while you're, pregnant with my child. And it was a scheme that he set up with this whole proposal that she ended up accepting and being his fiance. Fast forward, he's back to working with Dej Loaf yet again. They are about to do a second project together. I guess this is like a part two or follow up to the first that they're working on together, right? And I saw that they're doing this project, and how they're doing it. They're doing it so close knit with each other that some people are questioning whether or not they are in a relationship together. Okay, and so it led Miss Deiondra to come to the internet, and she actually ended up putting up a post. Okay, let us get this post up because I do believe the project is going to be dropping this week, but she had to get some things off her chest. And this is what she had to say. She says, "People got to fake a relationship to sell albums. Stop asking me why I'm not around. I'm not allowed to be around them because Dej would feel uncomfortable if his fiance was there. As I said before, y'all got it. Y'all won. I hope y'all little album sell the most y'all done ever sold." So that is what she says. Okay. Now listen, I'll say this. I do question in my personal, all right. I question whether or not that is truly what Dej Loaf said, or whether that's what your man said, because your man likely doesn't want you around and he's not man enough to tell you that I don't want you there, and he's going to put it off on Dej. And if that is the case, then Dej and Jacquees got some stuff they need to sort out, because don't play on my name like that, right? If that's how you feel, say that, but don't lie on me. and make it seem like I don't want her around. And if it is true that Dej Loaf, you don't want the young lady around, then I have to ask why. Is it that when she gets on set, she may do too much? Um, do you want to, pursue a relationship with Jacquees possibly? Is that something? And she may interfere with that clearly because she is his fiance and his baby mom. So I just wonder, what is that about? And if this is really true, if you're getting the true story from Jacquees or whoever, okay? So leave your thoughts on that. Shortly after she made that post, it did take Dej some time before she came back and says doing press versus being pressed, okay? And it's looking good on the side of me doing press, okay? And of course, Miss Deiondra did not like that, so she had to come out and she had to let her know, girl, being pressed is telling his mama, Miss Rosie, how you still want him. Still want him. So that means that they may have had a relationship prior. Okay. She says, telling his mama, you wish it was you. Wow. Are you sure that happened? Then says, you and your mama mad because he proposed to me. Ow. Oh my. You waited to see what Q would do before you came out with your girlfriend, waiting around year after year and never chose. Oh wow, Dish, keep it cute before I air all your shit out. Oh my. I didn't know you got into it like that, darling. I didn't know you got into it like that. You're going to air all her stuff out. So it seems like they may have had history and a relationship together. So here's the thing that I'm asking. Now, Deiondra, when it comes to the things that you're saying Dej Loaf has said and done and all of that, my question is, um, do you have actual factual proof? Or are you being told this on some third party type stuff? Because if that is the case, sometimes you have to question whether that's true. And if that is the case, I think that, girl, you might have to moonwalk out of this relationship because this man might be running you crazy highly on purpose. And there are some out there that will definitely get into that mental and tear it up and tear it down. So I don't know, Miss Ma'am. I don't know. I don't know, but you need to get into that. Now, why she brought Miss Rosie up, honey, I don't know why she brought that woman up. But when I tell y'all, Miss Rosie came out and she ended up making a post of the conversation being had on somebody's radio station, and she referred to Deiondra as a dummy. Well, after calling her a dummy, Deiondra wanted to really get into some things, and we're going to get into that because obviously she has a bone to pick with Miss Rosie, okay? Now, this is what she had to say to the mom. Let us get that up real quick. So, she reposted a video that the mother put on her story, and Deiondra says, Miss Rosie, better stop playing with me. Nobody off limits now. Now, go be with your husband and keep stealing and hiding your son money. Okay, then she at the woman and said, now run and dummy that, ma'am. Oh my. Not run and dummy that. Jeez Louise. Let's get into the next one. Okay. So the next one, she goes on to say, yes. Okay. There was a post where the mother ended up saying some positive things about Deion Sanders and everything. And Deiondra says, yes, you're welcome for having your son on my daddy show. Wow. She says they respected him and welcomed him with class, unlike y'all. Y'all got the right one today. Okay. So she's really upset. And honestly, you guys, in my opinion, I do feel like a lot of the anger that this young lady has is towards that man. It's really towards Jacquees. He is the number one issue. And I think that you should make sure that as much as you're handling things in public, you should definitely be handling his ass either in public or private. Because if anybody has you out here looking just a tad bit crazy, I do feel like it's Jacquees, you guys. I really feel like Jacquees is a problem. And I've never really been a fan too much. I think I've heard maybe one or two songs, and I was like, "Who is this?" Oh, okay, cool, I like it. But I'll never forget, and I know I say this a few times. I've said it a few times on my channel. When he was at, I think it was the BET Awards, and he walked up on that stage with Birdman like he was Lil Wayne. I didn't see it for him since that day. Could be real. Since that day, I have not seen it for this young man. Okay, he pissed me off because it was giving. He wanted to embody the entire essence of Lil Wayne, and I'm like, who the hell is that? And it was around the time that Birdman and Lil Wayne were beefing or whatever the case was, and I feel like that was Birdman's way of trying to say he could replace Lil Wayne or something. And I'm looking like, with who? Who is that? That's a whack. Make too much money to ever do that. What the hell you got going on? Absolutely not. Scoop back. Just a little piece, okay? Get up off us. Thank you. But anywho, that's what's going on. All right. So you guys leave your thoughts and comments down below. Do you believe what she's saying about Dej Loaf not wanting her to be around? Or do you feel like it's more so Jacquees putting certain things in her head? I'm more so leaning towards that. The Dej Loaf story could very well be possible, but I just think this man is running her crazy intentionally. Let me say this before I go as well, okay? It seems like as retaliation and to react to being frustrated, Miss Deiondra decided to show images of her son, which I don't believe that they've released any images of their son more recently, right? So she dropped these images of her son, all kinds of photos of this baby boy. And with her doing that as a get back, I guess, to Jacquees, it kind of somewhat, backfired on her because once she posted the photos of her child, so unfortunately did people start to speak so negatively of her child. And I think the little boy is just cute as it can be. Okay, just super. I just thought he was just too cute. And you just had a lot of people in the comments bashing and just saying a lot of negative things. And I just think that that wasn't fair, especially with a baby. Like, he doesn't get to make the decision on what he looks like. He doesn't get to do that. That's on them coming together. But anywho, very unfortunate, very, very unfortunate situation for her. And understand, I feel like she's still going through her phase of postpartum. Can't recall how old the baby is. I don't think he's one just yet, but she got a lot going on. Okay, maybe he did just turn one. I'm not sure, but I just I just think a lot of the blame should be placed on Jacquees, in my personal. But leave your thoughts down below about that. And in the meantime, we'll go ahead and we'll get into something else. All right. Next up, what I want to talk about is Kendrick Lamar. We have to get into Kendrick Lamar. You guys know he was the main show for the Super Bowl. He actually only performed at the halftime. However, he was like the really big deal. That's why we really watched. Nobody cared to see the Chiefs win again, although we was hoping that the Eagles would, and they did. Okay, so he performs at the halftime show, and the numbers are in. Okay, they are saying that Kendrick Lamar's halftime show brought in 133.5 million viewers just for the halftime show alone. Now, there was a bit of discrepancies because people were saying that Usher's show, his halftime show last year, brought in higher numbers, according to a post that Rock Nation made last year. And I believe that number could have been like 202.4 or something like that. And it seemed like there may be a difference because it seems like when they put the tweet out, they were more so speaking about the Super Bowl as a whole, right? The Super Bowl, the viewership for the whole Super Bowl was about 202.4, whereas for Kendrick Lamar's, just his halftime performance alone, it was 133.5. So I'm not sure what the true discrepancy is about that with based on how the tweets were set up. But according to the NFL, what they posted, they said that Usher's viewership was about 129 point something views last year just for his show, which is still high. And I don't think that it should be taken lightly at all. I think that's amazing to have those many people interested in you and wanting to watch you. A lot of us, when commercials come on, we'll change the channel. So if we don't want to see something on halftime, we'll change the channel. So for Usher to even get 129 million or whatever the number was just for his halftime show alone is amazing. And for Kendrick Lamar to follow that up with 133.5 million, congratulations to both guys. I mean, they're still high numbers, right? But I guess people have a hard on about Rock Nation. They are waiting on the day for Jay-Z and the people of Rock Nation to go down. So until that happens, they will be pulling apart every little thing, every step of the way, okay, to discredit and to call out accordingly. But you guys leave your thoughts and comments down below. In all honesty, I really don't care how many viewers there were on this show, whether it was a lot, whether he would have had 123 million, whatever it was a great show. And for me, there has never been a halftime show that I have watched repeatedly, and that's my personal, right? That I have watched repeatedly as I have watched Kendrick Lamar's, okay? from having it on two different stations. I had it on Tubi, then I had it on, I think, CBS or whatever station I had it on, or was it Fox? Whatever station I had it on two different televisions. I went and I watched it on YouTube a few times, even when I'm riding in the car, because I just want to hear the live version of the performances. I played the Apple version, okay, as I'm riding in the car like two times at least. Okay, so for me, I know I played that. I know I played it out. Do you hear me? I know I wore it out, honey. I'm probably the 0.5 mil. Okay, hello. But yeah. So I definitely played it a lot. I've never watched nobody's show as much as I have watched this particular show, because I just thought it was so good, and I love that he kind of told a story versus just getting up there performing and taking us here. That, like, he really took us, like, he told a story. He gave us the theatrics, in my personal. He gave us Samuel L. Jackson coming in and out moderating. Like, that man ate down. And I do believe the viewership numbers, as they say, 133.5. And I would not be surprised if it was the highest. I don't know why people think that it wouldn't be. Like, he's had the biggest rap beef since Tupac and Biggie. Like, he was beefing with one of the biggest artists, and then for the diss song to go even bigger than the diss song that Drake did against Meek Mill, like, all eyes is on him. Like, this man done created I would say, a national anthem in so many words. They not like us. They not like us, like a worldwide anthem. Yes. I'm sure a lot of eyes were on it, and I do believe he got bigger viewership than Usher did. I do. I believe that he definitely did. And Usher still did a great job, but I do think that Kendrick Lamar had the biggest halftime show than anybody. Probably since Michael Jackson, trying, no telling. But leave your thoughts down below. But I want us to get over into something else, because a lot of people were saying that, for Kendrick's show, they just felt like the audience was dead. Nobody was really hype and all this and that, which was really interesting because, um, last year when Usher had what's her name? Miss Alicia Keys on the show, she kind of had a horrible note, and people kind of clocked her for it, and they said that, the editors of the Super Bowl or whatever went back in and they took it out. They edited that part out, or whatever the case is, right? And so now what we're hearing is that when it comes to the audience with Kendrick, they're saying the audience was dead. That's what some people were saying. And then you have Kai Cenat, who's a streamer, comes to the front and says that the NFL added crowd noise. Okay, so I want us to just listen to what Kai Cenat has to say. So let us get into that real quick.
Really don't bother nobody what they running by me if I got to clear out the room. You would not get the pit.
Okay, oh my god, they add sound effects to the NFL shit. Oh my fucking god. Alright, so right here, there was no sound. I just heard crowd sounds. All my life right here, there was no sounds. Fuck, they add crowd effects? I did not know that.
I'm probably a better masseuse. Really.
All right, so he's saying that there was no sound originally, and they went back and they added sound. Okay, that could be true. I'm not gonna discredit that. They definitely could have added sound. Okay, could have added sound. The audience, I did see some video where people were higher up in the stands. So you may have had a few people that were standing up dancing, and then you had a lot of Caucasians that were sitting there just looking and watching. And I'm honestly, like, I probably would be sitting down too, just a bit, because if my tickets were that high up, bitch, I barely could experience it down below. Hello, hence the reason why, girl, when I got my Beyonce tickets, girl, listen, give me level 100, please. Give me cute, decent seats, please. I don't need to be on the floor. I'm too short. I ain't trying to be that close, but give me enough so I can see what's going on and I can experience it. But BITCH, for me, if I gotta go higher up into the stadium to enjoy myself, I'm not going. I will watch it at home. What is the purpose? If you're gonna look like an ant down below, I might as well just go home and experience it at the crib. Okay. But all in all, I mean, he could be, telling the truth, very happy, or he could be doing some work for Drake and hyping Drake up or whatever. I know Drake liked the post. Okay. He's, he like, let me heart this, because you probably right. Let me heart this or whatever. But I don't know. Y'all let me know. Do you feel like, do you feel like they added crowd sounds to Kendrick's performance? I wouldn't put it past them if they did. I wouldn't put it past them if they did. A lot of people may not know Kendrick's songs, a lot of the songs that he was performing. I bet you they stood up when it came down to what's the song? They Not Like Us. They Not Like Us. I don't expect a stadium that big of people to know most of Kendrick Lamar's songs. And I'll be honest, myself, I have liked the songs that Kendrick has had that ended up going, being hits and that I would hear on the radio or hear played a lot. Not so much as getting into his album. I felt like indifferent about Kendrick before. I didn't dislike him, but I didn't like him. You know what I'm saying? I was more so of a Drake girl. Like I connected more with Drake. I thought his performances when he go on concert, I would never want him to leave the stage. But over time, I realized after like about 2018, I would say maybe 2019, I think the last album that I really enjoyed that he dropped was Scorpion. Once he dropped, I think it could have been Certified Lover Boy and then some other things he went on to drop. And then For All the Dogs, I only like the song with J. Cole because I really like J. Cole. The song he did with J. Cole was the only song I liked on For All the Dogs. And I feel like J. Cole ate him up on that song. He did another album with what was his name? It was like some house music or something like that, and I didn't really get into what he had with 21 Savage for real, because by that time I was really tapped out. So after God's Plan and that Scorpion album or whatever it was, I kind of like faded out on Drake. Okay, but I was really surprised when it came down to the back and forth. I thought Drake was really ready for Kendrick, and Kendrick ate him all the way up, and it made me dive even more deeper into Kendrick and his music and what he got going on and this, that, and the other. And I likes it. Okay. So for me, I feel like there are many of people out there like me that are new a bit, well, there are some people that are completely brand new to Kendrick, and then you have some people that are familiar, but not with some of the other songs, right? So some of the songs that he performed, I get it if a lot of people didn't know those songs, right? But I bet you they knew They Not Like Us, okay? And there may have been All of the Stars with SZA. There may have been some times where people knew the songs, and then there may have been times where they didn't. I mean, when SZA came out, the crowd lit up. Now that I do believe was actual factual. But you guys leave your thoughts and comments down below about that. Ultimately, I don't think it matters because I feel like he had a very successful halftime show. Biggest the what? Biggest the Super Bowl, 1000%. I think he had the best halftime show. And listen, the man is succeeding, the man is happy, and that's just what it is. Period. Okay. Leave your thoughts and comments down below. Let us go ahead and get into the next thing that I want us to talk about, and that is 50 Cent. Just a little piece, okay? 50 Cent. So you guys know 50 Cent does have a show that he has out, BMF, okay? And it's about Big Meech, who was a former drug dealer or whatnot, and he wanted to adapt his story or whatnot into a show. With that, he decided to cast his son, who is also known as Meech. And more recently, since Big Meech was released from prison, it appears that he linked up with Rick Ross. And you guys know 50 Cent and Rick Ross are not like close like that. They don't really fuck with each other like that. And so as soon as 50 Cent saw that, he felt the way about it. And he kind of started calling him out just a little bit, calling him a rat and stuff. He made a post saying the biggest mistake he ever made was not sustaining his relationship with Tammy Cowan. Her tell-all docu-series reveals the truth. And when he says this, he's talking about Meech, who he refers to as a rat, okay? So Meech had to come to the front after this. And first of all, 50 been taking shots at this man for at least a week. I believe his son came out. Meech's son came out trying to reason with 50, and 50's just like, hey, get up out my messages, okay? You may not even get another show next season, period. So I don't know why you over here talking to me. Like, has anybody ever checked to see if 50 Cent is mentally well? Because he be unhinged sometimes. I just don't be understanding, okay? But I mean, I guess I will say this. I mean, Meech, 50 Cent has been looking out for you and your son. Now, I don't know what all Rick Ross has done, but he done put your son on a damn show and probably put money in your pocket that you over there posted up with the ops. Just a little piece. Like, that's some wicked water. Okay, wicked waters there. I don't know the history of Rick Ross and Meech, and maybe he feels some loyalty to him way back before 50 Cent even came along. All right, but you guys can fill in the blanks in the comments down below. But I do want us to get into what Meech had to say, because he had to, address just a little bit. All right. So let us get into that.
I wasn't going to address this because I'm not trying to let nobody trick me off the streets. But I never folded, never told, never will. Death before dishonor, always with me. So I'm doing this for my loved ones and the support of my friends and family to come out to the Amaran Arena. I wasn't going to address this.
Okay, so it seems like he just gave a little piece, just a little bit, to confirm that he's not a rat. He ain't never snitch, he ain't never fold, he ain't never do none of that. Okay, so don't be putting that on my name. You just mad at me because I took a picture with old boy. All right, but 50 Cent is not rocking with him at all. 50 Cent came back and says, why old boy didn't look out for me? Okay, why ain't he look out for me and sending him to acting, the acting school, Big Screech? He's talking about his son. That's messed up. People that don't be in acting class and stuff like that, they get booked on gigs every day, B. All right. All your people, 50 says, that was out did nothing for him. Ooh, he says you come home thinking you the black Pablo Escobar and fucked him up. I helped your family make over $5 million legit dollars. It's not my fault. It's all gone. You think people don't see you want to shine so bad you wearing the baby's jewelry. Ooh. BITCH, get a baby back his jewelry. Wow. Child, ain't that something? I helped the family make over $5 million legit dollars. It's not my fault. It's all gone. Like, where is the $5 million? Where is it? And 50, how much did you make off the show? Because that man did sign over his rights, I suppose, of his story to allow you to move forward. So how much did you make in comparison to what they make? But at the end of the day, let me tell you something. Even though he may have made him I'm sure more than $5 million himself, probably more than 10, he still helped them out, in my opinion, to get millions that they wasn't getting any other time. So where the hell did it go? And is he really mad at you for it being all gone? What's going on? Because now I'm starting to think, you know what? Is it more to the situation than it is with, just him taking a picture with Rick Ross? It's making me think that things could be a tad bit deeper than what it is we think. Maybe something happened, and as a reaction, Meech went and linked up with Rick Ross. And maybe 50 was like, you know what? I see how you move and I see how you want to be. Okay. Clock that. I got you. Child. It's a little piece of messy, okay? But I just wanted to give you guys just a little bit, all right? I'm Jami, that's me. You guys can leave your thoughts down below about everything we talked about today. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JamiThatsMe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a praxis. Cashed out at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF, got them trying to clone me like Oija Robinson. Game time, I invaded gym, high elevated, I could face the rim, putting shots up. I got laser focus, about to take it over.